Hello and welcome to Niner Picker Radio's postgame show. I'm your host, Jaymie. Welcome to the postgame show. We will be talking about the 49ers versus Atlanta that happened this morning. The game was played in Atlanta, and yeah, we'll kind of get into it a little bit. So the final score was Atlanta 28, Niners 14. So Atlanta won. It was a rough game. The 49ers did not start out great. Atlanta came in hot, scored a touchdown in the first half, which is the first half touchdown that the 49ers defense has allowed this season. Um, so that is actually kind of a big deal because so far the 49ers have not allowed a touchdown in the first half so far in all of their games they played so far. So Atlanta scored. Um, the 49ers were just like the defense was struggling. We had a lot of more injuries this game. It was just kind of not great. Nick Bosa did not play, which I think was smart. A lot of the players who we wanted to play did not play. I believe that was a smart call because it was on turf again. So I think that could have been a problem. It's just I don't know, guys. It's just very tough. Jaymie looked decent. He made some good throws, a lot of drop passes. So I think this is just a rough one because this is a game we should have won. Roberto, hello Roberto. Um, Welcome to the show. If you guys have any comments, let me know. Post them in the comments, and I'll try to get to them throughout the show. Jimmy had some good throws, a lot of drop passes. Ayuk scored a touchdown. Debo had a couple of good plays. He really only scored, I believe, in the second quarter because we didn't really score in the second half. Atlanta just kind of controlled the whole. Kind of got controlled right away. Mariota played a very excellent game, which is Atlanta's quarterback. This game also showed that the 49ers still do not know how to play against a running QB. So that's still there. Yeah, that's interesting. So that's still an issue. But yeah, we just could not get the job done this game at all. It sucked. We just were inconsistent, I think is a good word. A lot of people tried to play through their injuries, could not. I knew a lot of players. McGlinchey got hurt his calf. He tried to go back in there, could not play. He was out. Our backup corner got hurt. He was out. A lot of our D linemen, a couple of our D linemen was hurt. He went out, was in and out all game. It was just a rough game. And stuff. So it just hurts. It just really hurts. So the 49ers are now 3-3 on the season. So we're even 500 across the board. Still have a shot at the Super Bowl. We'll probably, but I mean at the playoffs, not the Super Bowl. What are we talking about right now? I honestly am just more worried about all these injuries keep piling up and us like when we finally get people back, more people leave. Like we need to be more I don't know what we need, but like the injuries are getting crazy. And I don't know what it is. It's just amazing to me that our guys get hurt as much as they do. I feel like we get hurt more than the average team. And I could be wrong. I don't know. It just feels like it is. Because I read a tweet that shows we're like Gravatar starting tackles, Gravatar starting defensive tackle, like our offensive tackles, our defensive tackles, our quarters, as safeties. Like, there's so many players that are hurt. right now. And it's just wild to me, to be honest with you. I really, I don't know. And we play the Chiefs next week. That makes me very nervous, to be honest with you. Missing Nick Bosa sucked, but I'm glad he didn't play because he probably would have re-hurt himself on that turf. I guarantee you. It just seemed low-key very bad. Kyle said he had a chance to play today. He decided to stay out. Probably a smart move. Definitely need him more in the Chiefs game. To get some pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Don't know what that's going to do, but we'll see. But yeah, it's just this team is interesting because I feel like we're so up and down a lot. And yeah, I don't know. I feel bad keep saying the injuries, but we have so many injuries at like a lot of key positions. So it just really, really sucks. Really hope that we could turn around next week. But if we play like, it's just bad. We just played very inconsistent. The 49ers offense didn't score in the second half at all. And Jimmy said in his post-game presser that the offense didn't score in the second half. That's not us. We got to turn that around. We got to fix it. And stuff. And like, well, yeah, that like our defense is so good, but if our offense cannot score points, we're gonna have problems. And I think that's kind of where we're at. I don't know how else to describe it. I feel like that's where we're at. It really sucks. Do any of you guys have any thoughts about that? Because I feel like that's kind of where my head's at. I know 49ers Twitter was having like a whirlwind today, but I don't know. It just sucks. Jaymie took some chances throwing deep today. I don't think he connected on one. He connected on a nice touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk, though. That was nice. It just really, really wish that we could figure it out more. I don't know. This is a game we should have won. We should have been 4-2, but we should have been like 5-1, to be honest. We should have won that Chicago game, but that's not here nor there anymore. That's in the past. I just hope the guys get healthy soon, as best they can. Hope we get Trent Williams back. I hope we get a lot of people back. Because if our backups are going down, then what are we really gonna do? Because we have second and third string guys in there now. Like, what are we supposed to do if our starters can't stay on the field? I don't want to say it's becoming a problem, but I think it is. I was trying to give the team a bit of a doubt because some of these are just really unfortunate, but it's becoming a reoccurrence, and it sucks. And whatnot. So I don't know, guys. It's exhausting. Got to listen to a little bit of the game today. I get terrible service at work, so my stream kept freezing and like buffering. But I got like a good chunk of it. I stopped listening at one point because we were doing terrible, and the Atlanta was scoring, so I thought turning it off would help. Did. We went and scored, so we were getting close. So I thought maybe it was helping, but we ended up losing anyway, 28-14. I think this just sucks. It's a bad loss, but Atlanta came to play. Mariota played a very good game. He was efficient. He ran. He did the best he could. Like, he played well. He did what he was supposed to do. That's all you can ask of him. And stuff. So I don't know. It's just It's wild to me. Do you guys have any comments or anything you guys want to say in the chat? I just hope. It's and I don't put like Jaymie played decent this game. Some of the long passes he didn't connect were drops. He had a dropped one by Ray McLeod. That was a nice one. That was right in his spot. That Ray should have caught. Another one, I think by one of our tight ends. I forgot who it was. I think it's Warner. Not Warner. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Charlie. I forgot to pronounce his last name. He dropped one too. He overthrew Kittle once or twice, but like that one to Kittle was difficult because Kittle was kind of going up in the corner of the end zone. It was a hard throw, so I don't really blame that too much. And Jimmy was trying to make sure that Atlanta defenders couldn't get it. Jimmy did throw a pick, but his pick was in at the end of the first half. He was just taking a shot downfield and got picked off, but didn't do anything, so that's fine. I'd rather him take those shots then and just make those work. I don't know, guys. I think next week's going to be a big struggle because it's the Chiefs. It's a legit. We all have questions how good the Niners team is right now. A lot of people have questions about how good this Niner team is now. We're going to find out next week. Because if we hold our own against the Chiefs, then we're good. But if we get demolished, we might have problems. So we'll have to see, because our team has been so weird this season. Because we lost to Chicago, won against Seattle, lost to the Broncos. Then we played was it the Rams next? Yeah, then the Rams, and then Carolina, and then now we lost to Atlanta, to a team that we should have won to. But our defense's weakness has always been running quarterbacks. We've never been able to cover them. It's always been extremely difficult, no matter how quick our guys are. They just Russell Wilson has proved it. When he was a Seahawk, he just did it to us all the dang time, and it was annoying. Mariota did it today, and used it to his advantage. Lamar Jackson did it when we played Baltimore a couple years ago. And it's just one of our weaknesses as a defense. And our defense is very good. That's one of our weaknesses. And I think we might have underestimated that going into this game. I knew Mariota was a runner. I think I kind of forgot how much, so I didn't really think about it too hard. So I think that could have been a big factor. There's a lot of injuries. We'll keep you updated over the week. We'll definitely get more information tomorrow. So by Tuesday's show, there should be some information on the injuries and how serious they are. Not great that we're down both of our starting offensive tackles. That sucks, but what you gonna do? Kyle Juszczyk, though, I want to shout him out. He has some good plays near the end of the game, or the end of the first half. I think he set up a field goal. Maybe I can't remember. Juszczyk has some good stuff this game. A couple good plays. So Juice is still solid. It's so crazy how talented this team is, and we struggled this hard. So annoying. It just sucks. Because we have so much talent. Even Jimmy Garoppolo is a solid starting quarterback. You can argue up and down if he's elite, whatever. You can argue that all day long. I don't care. But he's solid when he wants to be. I don't know. It's just a weird experience. We'll just see. I don't know. I wish this team could just click on all three facets of the football game, because like that is what I wish that we could do, because if we did that, we'd be unstoppable. Because if our offense and our defense and our special teams were all good at the same time, would be any team like that would be unstoppable. Especially with the talent that we have. We have some really talented players. Um, yeah, I love that Ayuk had a touchdown this game. I really can't wait to see more from him. He had a good, solid game this game. I want to just keep seeing him do more. Really badly. I think he's gonna. I really hope he gets like. I feel like this. If it's not a breakout game, it's like a start to a breakout game. So I hope he gets more touches and stuff moving forward. That's the other thing is we have Ayuk, Kittle, and Debo on this team. I think this is the first game that we kind of started utilizing all three of them. We need to do that more because they're all too talented to be freaking sitting on the sidelines, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I mean, that's my take. Like, not sitting on the sidelines, but to be underutilized as much. And I know Kittle being a really good blocking tight end and all of that stuff, like, yes, that's important. And yes, he needs to help because we have our backup offensive lineman in, but Kittle's like one of your star players. You have to get him the ball. That's why you have him on the team, is to get him the ball, get Debo the ball, get Ayuk the ball. That's what you need to do. They're not going to be, the defenses aren't going to be able to cover all three of them at once. There's no way. And if they somehow magically do, we have DeJuan Jennings in the back waiting, like our running backs who have been very solid. Like, we got options, but they're not going to be able to cover all three of those guys at once. I don't think, personally, I don't think so. I'd be shocked. Yeah, I mean, that's my take. I just get, Kyle is so inconsistent with his play calling, and it confuses me. I think I'm gonna give up trying to understand Kyle because it doesn't make sense to me sometimes. So yeah, I mean that's it on that. Oh man, it's a rough game, guys. Keep your heads up. It'll be better at some point. Kansas City's gonna be interesting next week because, oh man, not, at least it's not in Arrowhead. I would say that. At least we're not playing in Kansas City because that would not be fun right now. But good news though is, like Jason said on Friday, we played our last East Coast game, like East Coast timeline, like time zone game. I think the most we travel now is what he said was Mexico City. So that's definitely, don't have to really worry about that as much. And whatnot. So just hope for the best. The guys, the one thing I would say about this team though is that we are resilient. Whenever we go down on them, they come back and they play well. So I'm hoping that's the case moving forward, because it's just going to be, I don't know. Next week's going to be interesting. I'm dreading next week, but I'm looking forward to next week because we're really going to see what this team is made out of. I'm hoping that we get some good players back next week. I have no freaking idea. There's no timetable on when Trent Williams is coming back. We don't know how serious the McGlinchey injury is or our backup corner's injury. Jimmy Ward is out with his broken hand at least for 10 days, so he's probably not playing next week. I'm assuming, especially if he's not comfortable with the cast on his hand, because I think he could play with that. But yeah. It would be good though, because it will definitely give us a good idea of actually where, because I feel like people have been saying there's very few contenders, and then like there's the Chiefs, the Bills. Who else? Those are two really like official. Everybody else is kind of in the same spot. If I miss, Miami is doing really well right now, so we just kind of get a vibe when we play against a team who I feel like most people agree is a really good team. So we're just gonna see how that goes. Would not be shocked if we lost next week. Because it is Patrick Mahomes, so the good thing is he can run, but he's not necessarily a running quarterback. He is just more of a mobile quarterback, I guess. Doesn't rely on it too much, but his arm is something else, though. So, you'll see. And I think this is the first time we've played them since we lost them in the Super Bowl? I feel like it's been a minute since we played them. Might have played them the year after, but it's been a minute. So that's going to be interesting. I just hope that for next week, Kyle comes up with a really good game plan for Kansas City and that we just kind of turn things around. I don't know. Just have to kind of see, guys. It's going to be a little bit crazy. I don't know. Don't be too much in your feelings. I am a little bit, but it is what it is. I think we'll still make a playoff run. I don't think we're as good as we were in 2019. But if Jaymie can figure out, keep playing at the level he's playing, because he's playing pretty decently, then we should, hopefully it will be all right if we could stop getting injured. The biggest thing is our freaking injuries, man. Literally, it's killing us. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, guys. It's a big bummer. But yeah. Well, I think I was going to go too long. I don't want to harp on it too much, and I don't want to repeat myself too much. I know I have a little bit, but I think we'll kind of just leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoy these kind of more shorter live streams, because I really don't think I could talk for a whole hour about all of this stuff. That'd be too much. Kind of want to keep it sweet and stuff. So thank you for checking out Niner FIFA Radio's post-game show. I'm your host, Jaymie. If you tune in on Tuesdays, you have our main show, Niner FIFA Radio, with our main hosts, Niner FIFA Radio, Niner Faithful, and Jason. And then if you tune in Fridays, that's our weekly wrap-up show. So we talk about all the news for the week, do a little bit of predictions, all this fun stuff for the upcoming games, upcoming 49er games. So, yeah, we will keep you guys posted. If you follow, we're Niner Faithful R on Twitter. We're Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook and Instagram. So if you follow any of those, definitely check those out. And if you follow any of them, you'll find all the sources to the rest of the stuff. So it'll be, should be not too hard to find us. Google us, it'll pop up. We have the same logo, I think, on a lot of our stuff. So we'd love to hear from you guys. Love to interact with you guys. Definitely enjoy that. It makes the show fun. And yeah, we will keep you posted and everything. And yeah, all right. I think I will wrap it up now, guys. And as always, go Niners.